a few other people, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them a try.
The fray.
Now, it seems that actually a marksman bottom line is the most requested person. So you know what? We're actually gonna go ahead and go with Ash, because the fact that
all the world on
apparently bottom line marksman is being requested at the moment, so it'd be a good idea to go with that. So okay, change plans. We're going with a bottom line marksman, which basically means my job is to push the lower path of the game through. I'm supposed to, with the help of a support class of some kind. Who knows what it'll be. Also, my duties will be simply to destroy the enemy towers and try to make it to the main... I forgot what it's called. It's basically like a Nexus crystal almost, and you have to destroy it to win the game. Both players have it. There are 3 lanes to this map. There's the middle, the top, and the bottom. But there are a total of 5 players. There's one on mid, one on top, and then there's 2 on bottom, and then the extra player is called the jungle, which basically his job is to offer support to anybody who needs it, usually the top and mid rows, while killing off the wildlife creatures and trying to get strong enough to take on the dragons, which give buffs to the overall group that's playing. Now, sadly, these usually take a bit of time to load because you have to find matches and players and people who are looking for people, so it usually takes a minute. So during that time, I'll explain for anybody who doesn't know what the hell League is and wants a newbie version. Now, if you want a really complex guide, I'm sure there are people on YouTube who made videos about it. I'm just giving a general run-of-the-mill explanation of League. For those who might stop by and be like, what's this? But for the most part, everyone knows what League is. It's a pretty well-known game, and it's very commonly streamed, which is why I doubt anyone's going to join while I'm playing it. But on the off chance someone does, welcome. Now, in League, there are 2 different kinds of currencies. There's the bot currency, the riot points, which you buy with actual money. Now, riot points can help you buy new champions, but for the most part what people use riot points for are new skins for their champions. Also, there is influence points, these points here. Now, the only way that I have found so far to get influence points is by playing matches, basically. And these can be used from buying runes, which upgrade your character. You gain more rune slots with every level, to purchasing your champions. Now, how you do that is the shop. The shop allows you to basically buy shit. Lots and lots of crap. So, all of the champions, there's a lot of them, but for the most part, all the champions are broken into groups. Said groups are assassin, fighter, tank, mage, marksman, support. Now, there are combinations thereof, but essentially how you would buy one of these is you would get to the amount of IP points that you want, but if you don't want to wait that long, you'd spend like $10 and just buy them this way. Now, this is Varus, and this is actually the person I'm aiming towards, which is why I have the IP points I have. Now, once you buy them, you can actually buy new skins for them, which will change their appearance drastically. Now, for the most part, I don't know a whole lot about all of these characters. I just don't. I haven't used enough of them to know about them. The ones I do know enough about is mainly just Ash. I've played a few others, but not enough to say I'm good with them. I've played Talon, and for the most part, Talon seems to be more my kind of playstyle because he has moves that mimic what Ash can do as well. and at the moment he's free to use. Like, you can play with him without having to buy him at the moment. And so are a few other characters, like there's a support fighter and a few others that are free to play at the moment. Now this one is a pure mage, if I remember correctly, because I fought this character quite a few times. Yeah, it's a mage fighter. Which, it's basically a lightning mage. Now, the way a character works is they should have 5 abilities. I believe all of them have a passive ability to go along with with the 5 abilities that they own. They have a passive ability. Now, the passive ability varies greatly between them, and it's not always passive. Now, basically how it works is you have your W, E, and R abilities, if I remember correctly. Basically, no, you have your, okay. Now basically my W allows me to shoot a volley of about 7 arrows directly in front of me, which hits multiple targets and slows them down. It costs mana to use, but it's quite effective. I also have Frost Shot, which basically makes it anything that I attack during it expends a small amount of mana, but also slows down the creature I'm attacking. Hawk Shot, basically it allows you to open up an area that you can't actually see at the moment. It allows you to see within the what's called the War Fog, or Fog of War. But it also makes it so all the enemies in that area, if you then go and kill them, it will give you extra gold. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is an aimed ability that allows you to shoot a giant crystal arrow at one of your opponents, usually for champions. Like, that's all I've ever used it for. And it's mainly just to take out running away champions or get an extra strike in before you go. Now, with all champions, they have extra skins, as I explained earlier. The only skin I bought for her is this one, which was kind of disappointing, but at the same time I still like it. Now, also there are attributes, there are stats. There's their base attack power, because her bow does physical damage, not magical. The degree of difficulty to use that character, their ability power, which is basically magic, and their defensive power, which is basically how much they can take. This is a support marksman, so it's normally just a marksman, but its secondary class is support. Now, you can use a tank as a support class if you really wanted to, but basically a support is somebody who can this guy. This guy would be considered a tank fighter, and then she's a support. She's firing from behind, slowing down the person that this guy's trying to kill. Thus, they can't get away from him. Now, all of them have lore, and complex lore, and then they usually have rivals and all kinds of complexities that go into it. Now, for the most part, and like if oh, we finally got invited to a group. Hello, world. Hello, world. Right. Now, in most of these groupings, there's the two that are the hardest to find is usually the lane support or bottom lane. And the hardest to find is usually a jungle because it's considered the hardest role to play. Now, as you can see here, this is the map of the area. Now, these are wilderness areas. These middle areas here. Now, there's the mid, the top, and the bottom. See, I am the marksman with the support class behind me, which is her. See, bottom lane support. There's also the jungle, which is the person who has to support top and bottom and then go through these jungle areas and try to track down and kill the dragons. So anyways, okay, we found a top lane fighter. Now hopefully this loads properly. we're about to find out. We'll see how it goes and what ends up happening. Hopefully I don't get kicked for mentioning the fact I'm on Twitch. And again, I'm not big enough for it to matter. Okay, the match is about to begin. I will continue to explain things, which is probably annoying for anyone who knows how to play this game. They're probably like, he's wrong! Which I probably am. I wouldn't be surprised. I probably am wrong. I'm honest, I probably am wrong. I don't know a whole lot about League, which is the whole reason why I'm not going into what the leagues are, because there are a bunch of them, and I've never actually got to play it in one of the leagues. I know it's just of how they work, but I haven't personally played in them. Thus, I'm not going to commentate or explain them, because the only way you can join the first league is if you're level 30. I am not. So clearly I haven't been in them. Okay, I have 42 right now, so it should run fine. And basically what's happening now is it's loading in all of the characters, which varies, and like the thing about this that bugs me is the fact that it's different on everybody's screen. So like it could be all hundreds on your side and one guy could not have 100, but it could actually be you that doesn't have 100 and you just can't tell. You don't know. So it's hard to tell if people just have crappy connections or if it's your connection. And at the moment, I have 42, that little green thing above my name, this, which I believe is your connection. It's your frames per second, if I'm correct. At least I'm guessing at that. I haven't actually seen any description of what that is. So I'm assuming it's the frames per second because... Oh, wow, that started off faster. Okay. Works is you have your Q, W, E, and R, which are your 4 main abilities, and then your passive. You can upgrade them as you level up in current game. Now, as the games go by, you slowly upgrade more and more. Now, you gain levels and upgrades by killing minions. To be more precise, getting the last kill on a minion will gain you gold, so you can buy items like I just did, which increases my attack speed by 15%. Now, I don't actually know anything about this other character here, so I don't know how to fight with them yet, so that's probably going to end up bad for me in the long run. Now, I apologize if there's any frame rate issues because I have never tried to stream this game before, so I'm unaware of how it's going to handle it. Now, as far as I can tell, that is a sword and shield user with a what looks to be springtime skin or so, summer skin basically, where instead of a sword and shield, it's like a frigging umbrella and a surfboard. But essentially, this is a sword and shield class, so I'm assuming she's going to try to take the damage for me while I shoot them. Well, so I should probably stay back, is my assumption. Now, Y is having issues. I don't know what he needs assistance with. I think he's trying to take out something early on. I'm not going to assist him just for the simple fact that he's on the other side of the map. That's the only reason I'm not going to assist him. What he needs assist... No, it wouldn't be a monster. The monsters haven't spawned yet. You will see the monsters on your map. See, there they are. These are monsters. The larger ones are the big things, but those are still not... Okay. And now, this game is going to be a lot of what you see right now, to be perfectly honest. This is basically what League is. A lot of clicking and a lot of waiting. It's a lot more fun to play than it is to watch, so don't judge it too harshly by what you see here today. Then again, it's kind of like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't kind of game. Also have a bit of a trouble commentating because I will be focusing. Because you do have to put a little bit of focus to get this game correctly. Also, these are actual players that I'm playing against. This is not a AI match. which means I actually have to be careful because these are other people. They know what they're doing. I, on the other hand, do not because I am stupid.